Hello! I'm out for a different kind of hike this evening. I'm at Plantation Ruins at Winget Park. Where I'm walking today is actually a disc golf course. So we play as a family here, but I chose to walk tonight instead. But it's pretty cool. There's definitely ruins, so it's fun to see as we go. It was Plantation Ruins comes from it being a plantation, obviously. So there's ruins from the plantation and the outbuildings. So there's one. But it was established in the 1830s as a plantation for soybeans and cattle. So it was used in that way for 100 years, and then the family abandoned it. So after 30 more years-ish, then the house burned down. And then the Winget family, which is where the name of the park came from, purchased the property. And so it belonged to their family. And then about 30 years ago, they gave the property to be developed into a park. So it's a nice disc golf course, nice park, playground, lots of fields. So a lot of athletic, sports games happen there. So it's pretty fun. There's a big soccer field that we like to go out and throw discs in, because then you don't have to worry about the trees. But it's definitely gives me the feeling of being in the woods. So I thought this would make a good weeknight hike for me this week. Everything looks so brown, especially with the dreary weather. So there are little creeks that run through here. I'm surprised that there's not water moving through here right now after all the rain, but I guess it's had a few days to flow out. So it just looks like muddy, stagnant water now. This is a fun hole though, because it's like on a little island. You have to not overshoot it. So we have decided that disc golf is a really fun thing for us to do, because we're doing something active and we're outside in the woods. So the actual activity I'm fine with. The boys prefer it more. But the being out in the woods, we all love. And so that's my favorite part. So I had tried to get more into disc golf. I still have fun doing it, but I've had to relearn how to play. And that was what made me go through a whole chain of thoughts as I started walking today. Because I did something to my shoulder almost a year ago. A bunch of bricks from the buildings. So I used to throw right-handed, because I am right-handed, and then I couldn't throw anymore with the right arm. It hurt so bad, and it just was getting worse. So physical therapist did work on my back and shoulder and made it functional, but not disc golf worthy. So we'll see if I get back to that place. But in the meantime, I've been working to overcome this obstacle. So that's where my chain of thoughts went today. It's a challenge that I'm having to figure out how to handle it. So I started learning how to play left-handed. So I'm doing better with it than I thought I would. So that was encouraging. I have tried to participate in a women's league, but that was with my right arm. So we'll see if I get to the place where I can try to do that and feel a little more successful with it. So, but I think everybody has their own challenges or obstacles that they have to face and hopefully overcome. That's the goal. So that's one of mine, and that's the method I've figured out works to do that, so I can still get out and play. Thankfully, I don't care about my score anyway. I just want the disc to go somewhere. So then, as I'm thinking about what this place once was, being a plantation, I think about all the challenges and obstacles that they probably faced as they were living and working here, and all the people that came through and had a different role for the success of that plantation for 100 years. I don't know if that's picking up or not, the sound. There's definitely owls out. Barred owls. They're over in the trees there. They sound so cool. Huh. Owls are pretty cool creatures. Very remarkable. So I love that coming out here, I feel like we really went somewhere. It's nice because it's close to home, but I feel like I'm out away from everything else, and it's a nice trail going through. So in disc golf, there's always obstacles that we're trying to get around. So trees are the most common one, especially if you're thinking about the tree that's in front of you. Definitely, if you're looking at it, that's where your disc is going to go. But then we also have things like these boulders and such that are fun to get around. So, like a little boulder field. But it's a reminder, there's always another way or an option to handle it. So some of us are better than others at navigating around the obstacles. And in life, I think that skill of navigating through the obstacles and challenges comes with maturity and experience, because you learn yourself better, you learn more about life, you learn some basics about what's going to work and what's not going to work and what's going to help move you forward. So definitely see this as my son's growing up and learning these things. So hopefully he'll continue to develop his skills of understanding or figuring out, having some wisdom for how to navigate through or around or against all odds with the obstacles and challenges. So one of the things that has been a challenge for him is staying on task and focusing, getting something done that he needs to get done. So we've done lists and such, and they've all helped some, but we have found a full-out schedule has been the most effective thing. So it's helping him learn skills. So then he'll be able to do that for himself. He'll make his own schedule and be able to follow it as he's moving through life. But it's been a challenge to figure out how to overcome that challenge of lack of focus or lack of ability to stay on track and on task. But we're not giving up. We keep working for it. Looks a little bit like some haunted woods over here. The old buildings from some time. The outside's made like of shed metal material, like what you'd see on a shed outside. But then they have windows there too. Huh. Wow. It's definitely rusted through and has all kinds of damage. Huh. This creek is flowing a little bit. Sounds pretty. Oh, right from coming over that rock there. Huh. So one of the things that I am excited about, I had mentioned the other day that one of the concepts that one of my confidence books addressed is not the idea of fake it till you make it, but the actions are going to come before the feeling. So I've been practicing that one, and yesterday I felt like I was very successful with it, so I was very encouraged by it, because definitely wasn't wanting to do something, wasn't feeling just wasn't feeling like it was the right thing or what I wanted to do. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I just wasn't in the mood. And then I sat with that for a minute, and then I reminded myself of what I've been learning and decided to go ahead and apply it. So I did, and I went ahead and took action, and the feeling actually then did follow. So that was really cool. I know it won't always happen that quickly. For other things, it'll take many actions before the feeling, but that was a good start. So I thought that it was important that in that situation I did spend the time thinking and didn't feel an obligation for action. And so it was me choosing. And that was what the book said. You're choosing a step towards that feeling that you're desiring. So that's going to be a way that I'm going to continue to handle some of the challenges and obstacles that come my way. Right now, I came out of the woods and I'm on a paved loop that goes around the, I think it might be a mile, it might be less than a mile, but mile-ish loop that goes around a few of the holes, and there's picnic tables along the side, and it goes right next to one of the playgrounds over there. So I like that there's options for everyone to get outside and enjoy it. Not everyone wants to go tramping through the woods. That was one of my favorite things. Oh, it's a beautiful evening. Lots of birds talking to each other. Y'all, I'm gonna finish up my hike and meet back up with the boys. And I will see you next time on the trail with Heart.